Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Big James. I'm back for another review of Ready to Love Last Resort. This gonna be the reunion part two. Let you do this because I'm sick of this goddamn show. Sick of these fucking people. This ain't gonna take long at all. It starts out with Tommy asking about Jay and Joy, the same place they left off at with part two. I don't know why it had two parts, because like 40 minutes of this was just clips of the show from the season. There was no reason to split this into two parts. I guess just to fill out the episode count. This was stupid. Start with Jay and Joy. Oh no, are they together? They not together. Jay say no. He say he want to lie like Brian, but he trying to figure out what to say. And no, they not together. They went on. I think Joy said they went on 2 official dates together. They was nice, but she's going through a lot. She's going through a thing. And Tommy said, "Well, if you could date somebody, would it be him?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Yeah, I would date him." And she said she's not dating anybody else, and she's not interested in dating anybody else. So I guess they in a situationship. That's what Joy said. And Jay was like, basically, so they having sex, but they not together. Uh, that's about it. There's not really much going on there. They just hooking up every now and then randomly, which I guess is what Jay probably wanted anyway. Shit. But I think Winter was pretty happy to learn that Jay and Joy wasn't like together. I'm pretty sure because she looked like she was very interested to hear that. So they move on to Sam and Danny. Remember them? They the one got eliminated on the first episode. They asked them, they show clips of them and they asked them like, how does it feel? Sam says he knew he was going to get eliminated because he really didn't want to be there. Before he came to the resort, he found out he had a baby on the way. And he was trying to figure out, what do I do? How do I deal with that? So he said he had a lot on his mind when he was there. So he wasn't really even focused because that's his third baby and his third baby mama. So he said, I need to do something different in my life. Because Dan ain't but like 30 something. I don't even think he's that old. He's like maybe 32, 34. And 3 baby mamas and 3 kids, 3 young kids. So fuck him out of talk. But he said he needs, well, I got 1 mama, so. Anyway, he was like, so he said he didn't mind. He just taking time to try to figure out what he's going to do next and how to get his life on track or, his next move. So he said he was fine. I guess he was happy to be eliminated early because he didn't want to be there. He had other stuff to take care of back home. So he was like, it was cool. And Danny said, she was the one that guy said, but like the friend, the homegirl, not somebody they would really be interested in dating. But, somebody they would kick it with. And Danny was like, she said, hey, that's just me. I'm myself. I'm a good person. I'm a friend. And before you fall in love with somebody, you should be friends with them first. So if you have a wife that you're not friends with, that's how is that going to work? Which I agree with her on. But I think it's a line between friend and homegirl. Because it's like, it gets to a point where I don't view you sexually anymore. I'm not, like, you can be my friend, but, still flirt. Still like make passes, still do stuff like that. But Daddy wasn't doing any of that. She was just real mad, cool, kicking it like one of the fellas. And I think that's where she just went too far into the homie vibe. But she said, hey, that's not for everybody, and some people don't like that. But I didn't think anything was wrong with Danny. I thought Danny was like cool. She seemed great, very relatable, but she didn't show a lot of thinking on it, she didn't show a lot of flirtation. She didn't really show she was interested in anyone at all. So I can see it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can see it because she was very homegirly, very much. Because even on the first date, a lot of the girls and guys, they were all flirting, getting those, hey, what's your name? And she wasn't doing any of that shit. So I can see why the guys felt that way. I didn't understand it at first, but now thinking on it, I can see why. Then they go over to the next people who were eliminated, Shay and Raymond. And they show Shay making a fool out of herself, just loud, drunk, doing all that. I didn't get Shay vibe at all. And she said, hey, I'm not for everybody not for me. That's just how I am. She loud motherfucker in the reunion, just yelling at every goddamn thing. I don't understand that. That made no sense to me. But that she said, hey, that's her. And they asked Raymond, and Raymond says, you know, he didn't mind getting eliminated. And Tommy asked him, like, what's the deal with you in marriage? And he was like, oh, marriage, like if you with somebody for 10 years, that's just like a marriage. And everybody was like, no. Shit, you just been shacking up for 10 years. But he was like, I don't know what Raymond hang up on marriage is. He really is like, he was like, I would rather just be with you for a long ass time than marry you. Because marry you, he's like, that's a document. That's a legally thing. I want to get spiritually married with you, not legally married with you. I'm like, what? No, you might as well do both. If you say I'm gonna spend my life with this person, you might as well get the tax benefits, the medical benefits. You might as well be on their insurance. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You might as well get the ring. Fuck Raymond. But they asked Raymond how he made a connection. He was like, yeah, him and Shay hooked up. And Shay said, well, we started talking before he got eliminated. And we made a connection. And then once she got eliminated too, they reconnected in Houston. And they've been, messing around since then. And then Tommy said, well, is it anything romantic? And Raymond was like, no, it just. And Shay is like, no, we fucking. Like, no. She's like, no, it's romantic. It's intimate. We do have an intimate relationship. She's like, I don't know what he's talking about. Raymond is just like, I don't know what's going on with him. Like, Tommy said, I'm not going to talk to Raymond was just lying. He was just like, oh, like he didn't want to say him and Shay was together. And then he was like downplaying, like, oh, we just talk. We like, and Shay was like, no, we intimate. We romantic. She's like, I cook for you and everything. And Simone was like, yep, because Simone was like, I seen her cooking for him. I've seen them together. And Raymond was like, no. Raymond knows some bullshit. Then we go to the next people eliminated, Naya and Chris. And they asked Chris how he felt about what happened. And I guess Chris hadn't seen it. He didn't watch the episode where he was eliminated. I guess so. From the way he reacted, he was reacting like and talking like that was his first time seeing what Naya said and what she had did because he just didn't watch it, so he hadn't seen it before. And he said he was shocked. He was shocked to see the things she said about him and their connection, that it wasn't real when he knew that there was a connection. He's shocked to see that she had these deep, passionate kisses with Edwin. And now he said all I got with these like pet ass pecks and stuff. So he said it was shocked. And then everybody was shocked by the fact that Tommy asked was like, was anybody shocked? Everybody was like, yeah. Because everyone saw the connection Chris and Naya had. And for Naya to say, oh, I never had a connection, she was obliging his interest. But she never felt anything for him. It blew everybody away. Especially the guy, I think Jay and Rashid said, we knew how much Chris was into her and how he just went all in. He just like, I'm going all in on her because of how much he felt about her and just how much interest. Like the connection, it was, everybody could feel it. And Naya was like, I ain't feel shit. She said, I didn't like Chris or Edwin. I didn't like none of these motherfuckers here. And she was laughing because she thought it was funny, but she was just crazy. Naya, and it's like a lot of stuff she says, you get because it's very positive. She's very, like, she loves her some her. Naya loves some Naya. And she expresses that very clearly, But I think this is just my uninformed and uneducated opinion. I don't think Naya looks at herself as, the prize, which she is. She is a prize for a guy. There is a man out there that Naya is the prize for, but she doesn't see that. She says that she sees herself as I am the prize that every man wants. Every man don't want you. Every man not looking for you like that. It's just hard. It's hard to wrap yourself. It's hard to wrap your mind around what she's saying and thinking because it sounds crazy. It's like, do you really think you all that? But I guess that's that self love that I lack that she has. Because I'm thinking that she is delusional. If she thinks that every man wants some, if she was that big and like, if she was the way she describes it, like everybody trying to get, she has suitors all over the place. She has men everywhere. Everybody wants them some Naya. You wouldn't have even came on this show looking for love. Women that are in that position, they don't go looking for love. They don't go wanting to meet other guys. Like it's just like if dudes are fawning over you like that, you not you not doing shit like this. But I think you say that to yourself to try to, I guess, preserve your own sanity or whatever. So best of luck to her on that. And then to come to find out that her and Edwin are together. Because she said, yeah, she met it. Her and Edwin got together after the show. But they're not dating. Well, they're dating, but she says, I'm dating other people too. She was, because even though, and they asked Edwin, you heard her in the video say, she never liked you anyway. She don't care about you. Why would you date her? And then he was like, well, I've talking to her and she told me how she feels and I've gotten to know her better and I understand her better. But then she's sitting there on the couch next to you, not on TV. She's right there next to you. You right here, she right there. And she was like, fuck him. She said, I'm going to date who I want to date. I'm going to go out who I want to. Until you marry me, I'm going to just do whatever I want to do. And you can see Edwin was getting uncomfortable because he didn't like that. There's no way you would like that. You want me to commit to you and you will commit to me after I commit to you. Until then, you're doing whatever the fuck you want to do. There's no guarantee or promise that I'm going to suddenly stop doing that. Because she was like, yeah, I date other people all the time. I talk to all other men. Any man that wants to go out with me, I'll go out with him. I'll go out with Chris if he wants to. And Chris was like, nah, I'm good. And Edwin was just sitting there stuck looking crazy. So I don't get it. Maybe that's some new shit or some old school shit or whatever. I don't understand it. But nah, I wouldn't be down with that. I wouldn't be cool with that. You want me to commit to you, be in a relationship with you. I wouldn't even want to date you if I know you doing that. If you just dating who and whatever. If you just going out with anybody, you entertaining any and everything that comes your way. Like, no, I want, because she feels like she's special and no one else is. It's probably why a lot of men don't be with her. Because I'm important too. I mean something too. But now he's under the impression, even when Chris said, when that woman, he said he's not looking for any women no more. When she finds him, he'll be happy. And she's like, no, you got to find a woman. The woman, the prize. I'm a fucking prize too. You're great. You're wonderful. You're amazing. But so am I. Me too. So I don't think she likes men that like themselves. I could be wrong. Moving on from that craziness, we go on to this stupid ass triangle. Denise, Rashid, and Adriana. What were they doing? Basically, Denise was like, she felt like she didn't say anything bad about Rashid. She's like narcissistic, the light skin comment. She was like, whatever, I never said anything. I'm talking about my own personal experience. That's cool, but you added him into your own personal experience. You could talk about what happened in your life all you want to. Leave him out of it. Because whoever you was with ain't Rashid. Whatever problems he had ain't Rashid. You should not have put him in it at all if it had nothing to do with him. That's what Denise went wrong at. And she doesn't see how she did wrong. She was like, whatever, it's my life. You involved him in your life. If it's your story, you tell your story. Leave me the fuck out of it. But you associated my name with narcissism. You said something about me being light-skinned and about me being in a frat. But none of those things had anything to do with you. That was me. She could have told her story without involving Rashid. And she refused to apologize for it. She apologized all around it. She apologized about everything but what she said because she felt like she didn't say anything wrong. And everybody was like, she's fucking crazy. She's not going to apologize. Like, that's not an apology. She's apologizing for Rashid. She apologized on behalf of Rashid to Rashid. Well, I apologize if your feelings was hurt by what I said. How do you want to apologize for me to me? So I'm like Rashid, like fuck it, whatever. It don't even matter at that point. I can apologize to my goddamn self. I don't need you as the intermediary. What the fuck? Denise is fucking on some. She on some other shit. I'm sorry, I'm sorry that I'm cussing so much, but this season was this reunion was such a all of it was a tragedy, and it started out kind of promising, but then once it got to the point where it was just ridiculous. Nobody looked like they were looking for love. Everybody was just trying to, I don't know what anybody was trying to do. I believe Danny, Rashid, and Edwin and Chris, they were probably the only people there that were looking for relationships, just going off by how they talked and what they said and what they did. The rest of them, I don't know what they were doing. They were just trying to be on TV or trying to find somebody to take care of them. And Adriana confronted Denise over because Denise was talking crazy to Adriana, and Adriana was right. Like you kept attacking me, you kept coming for me, you kept coming at me, and I did nothing to you because Adriana did nothing to Denise. Denise was like, "Well, you was what the hell?" Denise said a lie. It was what it was because it was just. And the thing is, Denise only attacked Adriana. She didn't go for no one else because she saw Adriana was young and then she was bubbly and giddy and like guys liked her because she was like this cute young lady. And Denise had a problem with that. She'll say that isn't what it is, but that's what it was. Because there was no reason to go after Adriana immediately off the top. No, there was no reason for that. And Tommy asked, could they ever just squash it? And she said, well, me and Rashid thing is done because we've talked. And Rashid was like, yeah, Rashid pretty much is like, I'm done with her. The show over. I ain't never got to see her fucking ass again. And Adriana was like, no. And she was like, no. But she was like, that's fine. We'll never be cool. Because they will never be cool. She's like, and that's just how it is, I believe outside of the show. Adriana said, outside of the show, we'd have never been cool. We'd have never been friends. So we have no desire to be friends now. We will never be okay or on good terms. And that's perfectly fine. I never have to see her ass again. Yep. So then they go to the couples that switched up or things that were all the way to the end and then something flipped. That was Calfani and Denise, Adriana and Rashid. And Adriana and Rashid is like, what happened? And they show that basically Rashid was like, I'm a gentleman and I court ladies, but I will not chase you. And Adriana was like, I wanted to be chased. I felt like you gave up and you stopped pursuing. And Rashid was like, yeah, I could feel that you were going this way and that you were moving away from me. So if you're trying to get away from me, I'm gonna let you go. That's the thing about chasing that Adriana, I think, doesn't get. If I'm chasing you, that means you're running away from me. We're not coming together. I'm trying to get you, and you're like trying to get the fuck away from me. So I'm like, you know what? Just go. If you're moving that way, if you're moving away, then move away. If you're running away, then run away. I'm going to stop. Rashid was absolutely right for that. I don't know what Adriana was thinking. I don't know what she's talking about. Oh, I want you. That's some high school shit. Chase after me, fight for me. I ain't finna fight for you. If you don't want me, you don't want me. I'm not finna do that. What? Grow up. And it's my childish ass saying grow up. And Tommy asked her what was wrong. And Tommy and Rasheed was like, we just at different ages and different stages. He's at a certain point in his life and she's at one point in her life. But then Adriana come back and said, well, if I had to pick you, you would have never said ages and stages. It would have still applied. Because y'all had different mindsets, different everything. What you were looking for did not match what he was looking for. Clearly because you picked Calfani. And then you had Denise. Oh my God. Denise and Calfani. And they showed Denise just going. Y'all seen the videos of her, all that shit she did, the jealousy, the anger, the upset, just all of it. But then she sits there on this couch and is like, oh, I was never jealous. I think the whole damn, everybody in the cast rolled their eyes. Like, are you fucking serious? She's like, I was never jealous of him. I never had any problem with him dating somebody else. That's what she said, y'all. It's almost as if she is delusional. And Calfani was like, actions speak louder than words. You were showing jealousy. You were acting jealous. You were acting crazy. You were acting possessive. You were doing this. You can sit here all day long and say that's not what it was. We saw you. Everybody saw you. We saw you get jealous. We saw you get possessive. We saw you get mad at Adriana for talking to this guy. And then Tommy asked Calfani, why did you pick Adriana? And he was like, anything less would be uncivilized. And Denise chimed in and said, oh, because I left. He picked her because I left. No, he picked her before. He picked her when your ass was still there. Him picking her is when you left. It's why you left. Because he picked her and didn't want you after you broke up with him. And they show a never before seen clip of her saying, I wanted you to fight for me. I said that just so you could be like, no, baby, stay. And Calfani was like, no. He said, you came up with this bullshit to try and get some kind of, he said something else that was stupid, but to get a response out of me, no. He said, once you show me what you are, I believe you. I believe you're possessive, jealous, and kind of crazy. That's why you left. It wasn't because, oh, I left so he could pick her. You left because he had already picked her and told you this ain't going to happen no matter what. And then they go to Rasheed. No, they go to Adriana and Calfani about, okay, when y'all left the resort, what happened? Adriana says, when we got back, Calfani invites me out to eat so we can have a talk and discussion about what we're gonna do next. And he pretty much told her at the dinner, I'm getting back with my ex. The next day, like they left the resort, the next day he told her, I'm going with somebody else. I'm going back to my ex. And Tommy said, what happened? He said, well, he got home and there was a note on his door that his ex had wrote saying that, she missed him and she wanted to get back with him. And he dropped Adriana right there on the spot. He said, because I already had a connection with this woman. My kids have a connection with her. And he was like, I love her. And he said, she came back because she wanted to be with me. And I want to be with her. And Tommy was like, well, you going to marry her? He was like, yeah, I'm probably going to marry her. He's like, because, this is just, that's where he wants to be. So that's crazy that you went through all of this and a note on the door made you just throw her to the goddamn wayside. And Denise is laughing because she thinks it's funny. I think Calfani is lucky he didn't go with Denise and that shit happened. Because Denise would have fucking killed him and that woman. Oh, he wouldn't done that with Denise, and Denise been okay with it. Because Adriana was okay. Adriana felt like Calfani was just putting on a show, putting on an act the whole time. He never cared about her. He never thought about her. Like, and I guess he was like, no, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. But when this happened, he knew that's what he wanted. And Tommy said, well, when Calfani did that, did you think about Rashid? And she was like, immediately. She said, I immediately thought about Rashid and that Rashid wouldn't have done this. And yeah, because Rashid said, hey, I commit. He said, I was married for 10 years. He said, besides Tommy, I had the longest marriage on this show. He said, and when I committed to you. I would still be here with you. He said, so no, I wouldn't have done that. And y'all like, yeah, I thought of that. So her and Calfani didn't last one day. They didn't make it 24 fucking hours. Denise is laughing because Denise feel like she won, and she did win. Because I didn't get Calfani, you didn't get him either. Except I left him and he left you. So I win. Denise won. She gets that point. And then Tommy asked Rashid, well, Adriana's single now. So, hey, whatever. And Rashid is like, well, you know how he feels about Adriana, what kind of woman she is, and he loves the woman she is. He has no animosity with Calfani because he knows what kind of guy she is. And Rashid is just pouring his heart out about both of them. And Adriana not listening. She said her and Calfani having this own conversation while Rashid is pouring his heart out, not listening about her. And Tommy's like, hold on, did you hear anything he just said? And Adriana's like, no, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to him. And it's like, Calfani said, oh, well, I asked her, did she think it was all an act? Yeah, it was all an act. And I don't want her to feel that kind of way, like I was just putting on a show or just acting. And I'm like, she entertained that bullshit? You dumped her, you left her the next day to get back with your ex that you just sat here next to her and said you are in love with and that you're going to marry. And then she is still entertaining you. She is still putting you before other people. And you just sat here and said, yeah, fuck her. I'm with this other woman. I don't know what's wrong with Adriana. And that's just Calfani flexing. That's really all that is. He didn't have to ask Adriana shit. He was done with her. He don't want her. You just sat here and said, I don't want her. Why are you talking to her? Why are you trying to get an understanding? Why are you trying to make peace? Just in case this shit don't work out, I can just slide back in? Rashid stopped talking and I don't blame him. Whatever the fuck happened to Adriana, she fucking deserves it. And that was the end of it for me. I was done. I don't think, and they asked them about, what do you do? Fuck it, nothing. I hope when they do another season, they get better people. I hope and pray that for the next season, wherever they do it or however they do it, they get better people. Because these people sucked. I don't think they did not want love. They didn't care about love. They didn't even have the ability to care at all. They all had babies and trauma and mental health issues. It was just, my God. Make sure you like, comment, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. I really love this. I enjoy it a lot. And I want to keep on doing it for myself and for y'all, whoever is watching this, for you too. But please pray with me that on the next Ready to Love, they do a lot better. Because this one, and I understand COVID played a role, but man, what is the screening process? You got pregnant people, you got people with kids, people that are flat out nuts, people with drinking problems. It was a lot of stuff happening. and get rid of eliminations. I think eliminations are the worst. If they're here for looking for love, because that makes it a competition. It shouldn't be a competition. It should just be, hey, you come here, you look for love. If you don't find anybody, you say, hey, there's nobody here for me, I'm out. Self-elimination should be the only elimination. It shouldn't be no votes. That gives people more of a chance to connect with more people. Because a lot of people like Chris or Danny, they never had a chance with other people. Even like Alex or Brian or Simone, a lot of them, they could, if more people were around, they could have tried each individual person. And if you know, hey, I tried everybody here, not really clicking, I'ma just leave. But it's like so many people never got a chance to even meet. But those are my thoughts. What are yours? I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.